African proverb that says that he that beats the drum for the madman to dance, he's no better than the madman. This is INITV. Good morning, good afternoon, and good evening, depending on your time zone and when I'm able to upload this video. Bola Ahmed Tinubu. Last week, we told you that he has said that if the judiciary did remove him because of the 25%, heaven will be let loose. There will be anarchy. There will be confusion. There will be chaos. This is INITV. We are global and social commentators. What we preach here is for good governance. What we preach here is for better Nigeria. What we preach here is a country that will be talked of all over the world because of its greatness, and that's Nigeria. Remember, we've just had the 2023 presidential election that has caused a lot of upheaval in not only Nigeria, Africa, but the world, because we are aware that virtually all the parties agree, except APC and INEC, that something was not right with that election, that it was not even an election, it was a selection, that INEC was not independent, that INEC was working for APC. The matter is in court, and we have tried as much as possible not to talk much on this matter that's in court. The reason being that it is crystal clear. It is crystal clear that Peter Obi has a case and has a very strong case. And he has proven his petition beyond reasonable doubt that that election, that 2023 presidential election, was rigged against him. Was rigged against him. Even when the APC did their final address, they could not even raise a genuine point. They could not. The senior advocate of APC could not raise a genuine point. They finally agree that yes, Bola Ahmed Tinubu did not score 25% in Abuja, and it is required by the constitution that whoever should be announced as the president or announced as the winner should have 25% of Abuja. In fact, Section 134, we've repeated over and over again, says that you have to get a 2/3 of all the states, and that will be 24 states out of the 36 states. You have to get 25%, and Abuja. So the APC have indirectly agreed, and they are now asking the judge that it does not matter. That it does not matter as long as Bola Ahmed Tinubu has the highest vote. But the truth of the matter is, even that vote is being questioned, because like what we said, about 18,000 polling units had issue. Even those that didn't have issues, the forms were manipulated, was cancelled, redesigned, painted, with tippets, with, it's like a child's play. How will you write an exam for a teacher and it's been tattered? INEC did a very bad job. And thank God, INEC also, on their own part, said that they did not know that Bola Ahmed Tinubu has an issue about drug-related offenses in America. They have come out and say they didn't know. So what does that tell us? If they had knew, they would have disqualified Bola Ahmed Tinubu or would not have allowed him to run. Because the Bola Ahmed Tinubu knows that the table has turned, they are trying as much as possible. First of all, fake news. There was a fake news that one of the judges have resigned. He said he was afraid because APC was threatening him and all this stuff. When that news came, I knew there was something funny about that news. If a judge was threatening and he resigned, and that judge have the guts to come and say it was APC that was threatening him, what does that tell you? If he had that gut, he would not have resigned. People like that who will resign on such things will say, well, because of some personal reasons, I just decided I can no longer. They would not even come out and say it was APC that had forced them to resign. So when I heard that news that APC was the reason why the justice resigned, I knew it was a lie. And thank God, we are observed that it's fake news. Justin Ugo Moses have not come out to debunk it, but we understood it's a fake news because sources close to him said nothing like that happened. I want to just tell you the 5 judges. It is very important that the judges are not in pairs. In cases like this, either you have 3, 5, or 7, or even 9, so that when they decided to vote, there will always be a difference of 1. If they are 3 and they are voting, it will be 2 against 1. If they are 5 and they are voting, it will be 3 against 2. If they are 7, just like that. So it is very important that 5 judges remain in the tribunal. Somebody told me if one has resigned, the 4 can carry on. No, it's not done like that. If we have agreed, or I have said it's a lie, it's fake news, Justice Ugo Moses did not resign. As I'm speaking to you now, we've not had nothing from him. So we believe it's fake news. A lot of fake news are going about. Just we will come to that. So it is very important that nothing happened to these 5 justices. They are, first of all, Justice Ugo Moses, Abba Bello Mohammed. The third one is Mistera Bolaji Yusuf. 4, Stephen Adam. And 5th, Aruna Shamani. So it is very important that nothing happened to these 5 judges in the tribunal. The obedient should keep praying that nothing happened to these 5 judges, that no one even think about resigning. It's very important that these 5 runs through the tribunal. Because if anything happened, either by omission or by commission, one of the judge is missing, it's a big problem for Peter Obi, it's a big problem for Labour Party, and it's a big problem for the obedient movement. Why? Because if one is missing, he has to be replaced. And that's what the law says. He will be replaced by a new judge. And if the judge that comes, he is one of those skeptical, diehard judges, he will say, I am new in this case. I don't know what has happened. So we are going to go from the scratch again in this tribunal. And don't forget, the tribunal has a limited time. And going afresh again, the tribunal might run out of time. And when it happens like that, it will be disqualified. The case will be disqualified based on technicality. So we should pray every day that nothing happened to these judges. That's for that. And last week, like we said before, it was the address of the APC, and they did a very bad job. But thank God, Peter Obi team also make a final address, and it was spotful, man. It was spotless. They made a very brilliant submission address, which indirectly forced the APC team to agree on the 25% in Abuja. And we want to use this medium to also thank the Atiku team. The Atiku team is also working seriously to nail Bola Ahmed Tinubu. We also heard that Atiku has also went to Chicago University to pick more evidence about the forged certificates. So the Atiku team is also doing a good job. And that is why we believe that at the end of the day, Bola Ahmed Tinubu and Shetima, if the judges want to do the right thing, they would be disqualified. And Bola Ahmed Tinubu knows this, and that is why he's doing everything skeptical. Even David Indei is a freelance journalist. I've said that Bola Ahmed Tinubu is meeting secretly with Uzodinma, with DSS, and other to intimidate the lawyers of Atiku, the lawyers of Obi, and all persons that have come to give evidence in court. So Bola Ahmed Tinubu is going around doing this on one hand. And what does that tell you? That he knows that the table has turned, that he has no case. But I said it before, it's difficult to fight a government in power. The tribunal, like we said before, is concluded. Peter Obi is definitely going to win. But what if Bola Ahmed Tinubu made an appeal? Then the case now goes to the Supreme Court. And because he's the government in power, he has the executive power, he could begin to also threaten those in the Supreme Court. So the battle is not over yet. So far, so good. And that is why we are calling on all. Let us fix our eyes on the judiciary. Let's keep talking. I am happy that obedient are everywhere. Obedient are even in Aso Rock. They keep revealing the steps, the next step that the APC, the Bola Ahmed Tinubu, are planning. And that's a good thing, that the obedience are everywhere. You might be surprised, you watching me, there's obedience in your house. Obedience are everywhere. There could be APC, there could be PDP, there could be Labour, NMPP, but they are obedient. So we cannot conclude this video without wishing a very big happy birthday to Sir Gregory Peter Obi. He's 62 years old. Hip hip hip, hurrah! Hip hip hip, hurrah! Hip hip hip, hurrah! We wish you many, many happy returns. Remember, this is INI TV. We are global and social commentators. If you like what we are doing, subscribe to this channel, like and comment. Remember, your comment is very important. And by the time you like, you are telling YouTube that this is a very good video. And it gives them that zeal to begin to share our video. And that will make the video go far, go haywire. A lot of people will say it, that will know that Peter Obi is still very much on the race. That INI TV, we are still here. We are not talking much about the tribunal because we know that's already over. We know Bola Ahmed Tinubu has no case. We are now preparing that we believe the pressure from the traditional ruler, especially from the north, now on Bola Ahmed Tinubu, because even the north have seen that this regime is going to be hard on all Nigerians. This regime will be hard on all Nigerians. We told you guys because we spoke to a guy who is also in the marketing of petroleum. He told us that if they are buying for 450, the only way they could sell would be 550 or 6. So at the end of the day, Nigerians now are buying petroleum at a very high price. And you know what this will do? It's like a chain. It will spark up transportation. And that will immediately spark up the price of production of goods and services. And that will lead to inflation. And at the end of the day, the criminality that Peter Obi is trying to come and solve will be more. And that is why we are calling all Nigerians. Let's keep mounting pressure. Let's keep mounting pressure. There is pressure in Aso Rock. There is pressure on Bola Ahmed Tinubu. He's beginning to think, can I survive this? Can I survive this? He's going to fight back. He will fight back. He's going to use the DSS. He's going to use the military now that he has appointed those he think will work for him. He's going to use the legislative arm of government. And from the look of things, it looks as if it's difficult for him to be able to marry the judiciary. We hope that the judiciary stand tall. Peter Obi is coming. Peter Obi is on the way. Long live the Federal Republic of Nigeria. Long live Labour Party. And long live Peter Obi. Again, we'll say happy birthday. This is INI TV. We are global and social commentator. Like we said before, it is the culture of this channel to bring you good governance, tell you what is going on. We are happy that Peter Obi is still with the fire. The last public address that he made, he showed some haywire to Bola Ahmed Tinubu, putting him on his toes. And that is what we want. Put him on his toes, push him, so that at the end of the day, he definitely would think and say, I've had enough. Nigeria is not made for me. I am going. So, as it is in the culture of this channel, we will catch you when we make the next video. Until then, we'll say, chooks, ciao, adios, au revoir, hasta la vista. We'll catch you when we make the next video. Until then, remember, Peter Obi is coming. Bye-bye.